Good people, welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. Barrister Festus Keyamo, who is one of the spokesperson of APC presidential candidate Bola Tr0uble, has landed himself in what I may call a serious mess, considering the statement he made a day ago about the plan by the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, to arrange for his own attempted assassination to give APC a bad name. That statement was quite it was castigated by all and sundry because we already know that Peter Obi is the people's president or presidential candidate, and for this kind of word to proceed out of the mouth of Barrister Festus Keyamo, for many it was a pointer to the fact that there was a plan on ground for such to happen. So right now, some concerned elders, not even youths again this time around, but concerned elders who hold Peter Obi in high esteem, have sent a very strong message to Buhari. Apart from them alone, apart from the elders, Huriwa also have written to Buhari concerning the statement made by his Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Festus Keyamo, who is also doubling as a spokesperson to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the presidential aspirant of the All Progressive Congress APC. We're going to be looking at what the content of their letter is to the president. According to the news, some concerned elders across the country have vowed to hold the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, responsible if anything happens to Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. To this end, the elders, under the aegis of the Conference of Nigerian Elders for Peace and Good Governance, urged President Muhammadu Buhari and the All Progressive Congress APC to rein in the minister over the assassination claim against Obi. Recall that Kiyamo claimed that Obi was planning to stage an assassination attempt to curry sympathy ahead of the 2023 election. Condemning Kiyamo's claim, the elders said Kiyamo's claim might be exactly what is being plotted against Obi. In a statement jointly signed by its national coordinator, Professor Dele Banjo, and Malam Hamza Shinkafi, National Secretary, the concerned elders tasked relevant security authorities to invite Kiyamo for interrogation urgently. According to them, they say, we are of the view that extending invitation to the Minister of Labour and Employment, Mr. Festus Keyamo, will enable him provide evidence on his allegation that the LP presidential candidate, a man so loved by many, was planning to stage an assassination attempt. We warn that should anything happen to our dear son Obi, Kiyamo and his party would be held responsible, more so than many concerned Nigerians feel it is what is being plotted that the minister presented in a different way. The elders enjoin politicians and their followers to ensure that they play by the rules, noting that at the end of the day, only one person will emerge as Nigeria's president. They admonish that the interests of Nigeria should take precedence over personal ambition, as Nigeria would outlive all of them. It further added that our attention was drawn to a very shocking and embarrassing statement made by a supposed senior advocate of Nigeria, Barrister Festus Keyamo, one of the spokesmen of the APC presidential candidate, that the people's candidate, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, is arranging for his own attempted assassination to give APC a bad name. We say nothing can be funnier and more desperate than this statement, because it is an established fact that desperation is the slogan and identity of the APC presidential candidate and his team. We are, however, worried that this false claim by Keyamo may just be exactly what his party may be plotting against the popular presidential candidate of Labour Party, and by the special grace of God has the support of millions of Nigerian voters. It is important to send this warning to those that may be plotting against Obi. Touch the LP candidate and you will feel the resolve of the teeming youth population across ethnic, religious, and other divides in the nation. In any case, no amount of desperation by Keyamo and his cohort in the APC will change the direction of the majority of the vote in the 2023 presidential polls. In unison, Nigerians have agreed to give their youthful presidential candidate a chance to redirect and refocus Nigerians on the path of prosperity and greatness, which has continued to elude it as a result of corruption, maladministration, and incompetence of past and present leaders. And in another related development, Human Rights Association of Nigeria, Huriwa, has called for the immediate arrest of the Minister of State for Labour, Festus Keyamo, senior advocate of Nigeria, for making what the group described as an incendiary, very dangerous, toxic, and absolutely unthinkable statement that the Labour Party presidential candidate, Mr. Tr0uble, was plotting a fake attempted assassination against himself. Huriwa said it was important that Keyamo provide all the information that he has about the phantom assassination plot he spoke about. The group also tasked President Muhammadu Buhari to sack Festus Keyamo as a minister, adding that the junior minister cannot hold a publicly funded office and at the same time be engaging in a virtually full-time private duty as staff of the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC. The right group said this is unethical and unconstitutional since one person cannot at the same time draw public and private funds while essentially engaging in strictly private partisan duty for APC. Huriwa said for the fact that only a few hours ago a prominent senator, Ifeanyi was nearly assassinated by armed attackers in Anambra State, and given that many political stalwarts have either been killed by assassins or kidnapped all across the country, with the relevant security agencies not solving almost any of these attacks and violent attacking of politicians, the reckless statement by Festus Keyamo should not be overlooked. The group said the statement by Keyamo is a direct affront to national security and is as satanic and destructive as the spread of fake news and hate speeches which precipitates hate crime. Huriwa has also called the Nigerian Bar Association to be worried that someone who wears the title of Senior Advocate of Nigeria could come up with such a sensational allegation just to massage the ego of his political paymaster. Keyamo, in a statement on Monday, alleged that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Tr0uble, was planning to fake an assassination attempt on himself and hire some supporters dressed in APC cap and T-shirts to attack some of his party offices. Reacting to Keyamo's allegation, Obi media aide Emeka Obasi described it as fallacious. Huriwa, further reacting to Keyamo's statement, said it believes that if Nigeria truly practices constitutional democracy, the junior minister should have by now been cooling off at the Office of Law Enforcement Agencies in Abuja to answer a few questions on all he knows concerning the phantom assassination plot, which he alleged sensationally without any shred of empirical data against the Labour Party candidate. Huriwa has also challenged the Independent National Electoral Commission to sanction political parties employing toxic hate-filled sentiments such as the one just made by Mr. Keyamo to disease. Wow, this is really serious. With what we have heard, just go to our comment section. Let's interact. What's your position about this thing?